Welcome to Screen Hollywood, the home of movie news and entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Screen Hollywood. I'm your host Adam. If you're new here, hit the like and subscribe and notification bell, and visit our international news site at screenhollywood.com, where we provide all news and entertainment information first. Now, if you're a horror fan, if you've ever found yourself nervously driving behind a logging truck, or if you've ever side-eyed a wobbly air conditioner unit, then this news is for you. It's official. It's confirmed. Warner Brothers is not just making another Final Destination movie. They are fast-tracking Final Destination 7. That's right. Death's design is already being drawn up for another round, and honestly, after the bombshell success of Bloodlines this year, can you blame them? Today, we're breaking down the massive Variety exclusive that dropped. We're going to talk about how a franchise that was dormant for nearly 15 years came roaring back to life, shattered expectations, and repositioned itself as one of the undeniable kings of modern horror. This isn't just a sequel announcement. This is the story of one of the greatest comebacks in genre history. Let's rewind the clock. For over 2 decades, the Final Destination series has been a staple of the horror genre. Since the first film shocked audiences back in the year 2000, the franchise has delivered some of the most creative, gruesome, and unforgettably tense sequences ever put to film. The concept itself is pure genius. There's no man in a mask, no ghost in the attic. The villain is death itself, an invisible, relentless, and malevolent force that uses the world around you to claim its victims. The series was a powerhouse, a consistent box office performer. But after Final Destination 5 in 2011, it just stopped. For 14 long years, the franchise lay dormant. We got reboots of everything else, but death, it seemed, was on a hiatus. Then came May of this year, Final Destination, Bloodlines. And let's be real, I had my concerns. I think we all did. I've always been a guilty fan of these movies. They're brilliantly constructed Rube Goldberg machines of doom. They're fun, and they always have clever twists. But after such a long gap, you have to ask the question, is this just a lazy cash grab? Can they possibly bring something new to a formula we know so well? Well, my concerns, and the concerns of critics everywhere, were not just paranoid, they were obliterated. Bloodlines wasn't just good, it was excellent. It was a shot of pure adrenaline that didn't just rehash the old formula, it enriched it. It dove into the history of the curse, the origins of Death's design, and gave us a narrative that felt both fresh and deeply connected to the beautiful, macabre world these films have woven together. And audiences responded in a huge way. On a responsible $60 million budget, Final Destination Bloodlines grossed a jaw-dropping $300 million at the worldwide box office. Let's put that number into perspective. For an R-rated horror film to cross the $300 million mark is a monumental achievement. That is a massive, undeniable blockbuster hit. The studio walked away with over $100 million in pure profit, a number that makes executives sit up and pay attention. New Line Cinema didn't just strike gold, they rediscovered an entire gold mine they'd been sitting on. They realized they made a huge mistake by leaving this IP on the shelf for so long. The demand wasn't just there, it was ravenous. But the success of Bloodlines did something even more significant. It rewrote the history books. That $300 million haul pushed the entire Final Destination franchise over the $1.3 billion mark worldwide. This is the big leagues. This officially places the Final Destination franchise in the top 3 most successful horror properties of the last 20 years. It is now in the Hall of Fame, standing shoulder to shoulder with the Titans, the Conjuring universe, which sits at an untouchable $2.7 billion, and its spin-off sibling, the Annabelle series. Final Destination is no longer just a fun cult classic series. It is a certified box office juggernaut and a pillar of the genre. Which brings us to today's news. According to Variety, with the glowing reviews and incredible audience feedback from Bloodlines, New Line has wasted 0 time. The script for Final Destination 7 is already well underway. And here's the best part. The same creative team is coming back. The producers and writers who made Bloodlines such a critical and commercial smash hit are all returning. This is absolutely crucial. It means we can expect continuity. It means the quality will be maintained. The studio understands that the success wasn't a fluke, it was the result of a talented team respecting the source material while pushing it forward. They're not going to mess with a winning formula. But it bears repeating, the horror genre has always suffered from a lack of genuinely original ideas. We get endless slashers, haunted houses, and possession flicks, but Final Destination remains one of those rare gems. a completely unique concept. The idea of cheating death and then being hunted by the very fabric of reality is brilliant. It taps into a primal, universal fear, the fear of freak accidents, of the million ways our seemingly safe world can turn against us in an instant. The franchise's strength has always been its beautifully woven lore. Each film adds another layer, another rule, another piece to the puzzle of how death operates. It builds a history, a world that feels interconnected, which is why it has such a global, dedicated fan base. We're not just here for the creative kills, we're invested in the mystery. And now, we get to continue that journey. The report states that with the script moving so quickly, New Line is aiming to move into casting and production as soon as November of this year, 2025. This puts them on track for a likely fall 2026 release date. That's right, we might only have to wait about a year and a half for the next chapter. New Line is not making the same mistake twice. The gap is closed, the engine is running, death is coming back, and it's coming back fast. I, for one, could not be more excited. Bloodlines prove this franchise has so much more life, or should I say, death, left in it. The potential for Final Destination 7 is limitless, and under the guidance of a proven creative team, I have a feeling they're going to deliver something spectacular. But what do you think? Are you hyped for Final Destination 7? What was your favorite part of Bloodlines? And more importantly, which is your favorite Final Destination movie and all-time greatest death scene in the entire franchise? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Screen Hollywood, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future updates. I'm Adam, and I'll see you at the movies.